Ready?
Let's see. Let's chant the verses. Three and four. ईश्वरार्पितं नेच्छया कृतं चित्तशोधकं मुक्तिसाधकं कायवाङ्मनः कार्यमुत्तमम् पूजनं जपश्चिन्तनं क्रमात् In these two verses, we are kit, something is happening. So, in these two verses, we are trying to understand how what does that have to do with anything? Huh? I think bye-bye to that. Yes. That has a yeah, see, it has a mind of its own. Yeah. Where is the stand? What? Is this okay? Audible? Yeah. Without the chick in the background. In these two verses, we have Ramana Maharshi unfolding how to bring the karma back. And we saw in the last session that bringing the karma back entails a way in which I have the mastery over actions. The actions do not have mastery over me. What does that mean? Again, the Bhagavad Gita keeps going in and out. Again, the Bhagavad Gita here is a very good book to be able to give us this teaching. There it says, it talks about how the karma goes awry if we let the action go along with the raga and dvesha. And it says, Sangat sanjayate kamaha. Sangha means association. So even if you don't like something, you stay with it for some time, you start developing a liking for it. Even if you don't want something, you keep seeing the advertisements. That's why they keep pushing the advertisements. And then one day you say, how come I don't have this? I don't have the latest generation of the iPhone. I have one from 2 years ago that is no good anymore. Even the wire doesn't work with the new ones. All these things. And then why don't I have it? And then so saying, you keep listening to the ads, watching the TV with the ads, and then the karma is born. And then when the karma is born, for that particular object, the karma does not let you sit in peace. The karma translates into what? Karma. This is how the karma makes one go on a rampage. And here we have, in the last class, cut the cords from this kind of a obsessive, compulsive karma to a karma that is free of these kinds of attachments and obsessions and addictions. And then when we have the karma that is free, then we freely participate in the roles of life. Two things are required for the karma to be free. First, the awareness called viveka, and secondly, allowing oneself to be on this path and allowing all the objects to just drop on their own. Again, I had quoted the Gita, Rasavarjam, Raso api, Asya param drishtva nivartate. When you have the focus on this knowledge, then even though there is a longing for the objects, you are doing intermittent fasting for the objects of desires, you are doing delayed gratification for the objects of desire, but still the longing remains. The longing goes only when you have a sense of belonging with Ishvara. The longing is converted to belonging, a sense of belonging, and then that is done by minting the devotee from within. Identifying myself as a devotee, and then with that kind of an awareness and devotion, then all the problems of the role does not touch me. I become Teflon. What is Teflon? Non-stick cookware. Okay. So anything you put, it doesn't stick. Non-stick. And similarly, I develop a hide, a skin that is like Teflon. Water you put, it washes off. Oil you put, it runs away. Any sticky thing you put, it does not stick at all. This is the trick to developing a Teflon antahkarana, an inner instrument, mind, buddhi, emotions and ahankara, an inner instrument that is what? Free of getting afflicted. Na bibheti kadachana iti. Taittiriya Upanishad is going to say that. Na bibheti kadachana. This person is not afraid because one is under the protection of Bhagavan, because one is a devotee, and first and foremost a devotee, then only goes about doing all the other things that are to be done in the life, and then therefore the person is protected from harm, emotional harm, mental harm, physical harm. There is always this feeling, Bhagavan is there. I don't have to do anything. Why? Bhagavan is there. Bhagavan is there with me. This is this is where we are. We go when we start doing the karma not for our own sake. Our own sake means everything is for our sake, but not for the sake of the likes and dislikes. The karma is for the sake of what? My self-growth. Karma is converted from a like-dislike fulfillment odyssey to a committed program of self-growth and emotional maturity. So then the outcome doesn't matter all of a sudden. Why? The outcome is assured. What is the outcome that I want? Yabba, yes. So self-growth. Self-growth is the outcome that I want, and that is what I want, and that is assured. Because this is a true, tried and tested path. All the sages that have walked before us have gained emotional maturity through this only, through this understanding, and so therefore I will too. Because Vedanta has come into my life, teacher has come into my life, teaching has come into my life, there is no way of going wrong. Nothing can go wrong. And so therefore, the karma, the outcome of the karma doesn't matter at all. You do what you have to do. And let the outcome take care of itself, because the outcome is assured. What is the outcome? Even after telling the answer doesn't come. Self-growth, emotional maturity, that is the desired outcome. Because that is what I want. I want for this Vedanta to not go in one ear and boomerang back to the teacher. Okay, so what I want is for it to stick, for it to stay. Why is not sticking? Why it is not staying? It is not sticking, not staying, because there are too many irons in the fire, as they say. Too many things to take care of. Here a raga, there a raga, everywhere dvesha, dvesha. Old Mac Jiva. needs to get a life. Okay? And so this is basically where we are. And so when the karma is converted with all the tools we gathered in the last class, and when the karma is converted to a sadhana, to a means for emotional maturity and self-growth, so that I can unimpeded understand these teachings, then what happens? Then there is the transformation, because I am not a karma phala holic. Yes, I'm not addicted to karma phala. This becomes very, very easy. So, one grows out of thinking slowly. With this practice, one grows out of thinking, nobody loves me, I'm not contributing, I'm not making a difference, I need to be better, I need to be richer, I need to be more powerful, I need to have better children. Across that, I need to have better parents. And too late for that. They are how they are. They were how they were. I need to do this better. I need to have something else. All these things don't bother anymore. Why? Because what I need is self-growth, and it is happening. It is already happening. So then the second cord has been cut between the action and the result of action. The result of action are already mine in the form of self-growth. So therefore I dedicate the action to Ishvara, meaning I do my best and leave the rest. We have trouble letting go. We will say, yes, I'm letting go, take. Somebody comes to take. Yes, take, please take. I'm not letting go. We have trouble letting go. This is what the teaching here is. Okay, now I'm not doing karma for my own gratification. I'm doing karma for what? For now, let's say, Ishvara gratification, or I'm doing it because it needs to be done. Datavyam iti danam, kartavyam iti karma. Whatever I have to give, I give. Whatever I have to do, I do. Wherever I have to go, I go. Because this is what? I'm participating in the dance of life, which all the animal kingdom and the plant kingdom, queendom also, all of them participate so nicely and effortlessly. The oak tree does not say, Tata, grandfather, oak tree, grandmother, oak tree, great-grandmother, oak tree. And my children are also going to become what? Oak tree, oak tree, oak tree. Oak, 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 all the time. This is not okay with me. I'm going. I want to grow mangoes. I don't want to just keep on producing acorns. Or I'm tired of being in the forest. I want to go to the beach. It doesn't say that. It's happy where it is. It doesn't matter if all its ancestors were oak trees and its children and great-grandchildren will also be oak trees. It is not going against the flow. The river which is flowing like the Ganga does not say, why I have to flow in this direction? I'm going to change. I'm going to make a U-turn and I'm going to go back to the Himalayas. No, it doesn't do that. The river does not do that. The plants do not do that. Animals also don't do that. Dog is supposed to wag the tail when it is happy. Or rather, the tail wags the dog when it is happy. And it wags. The cat, when it is happy, you're not supposed to know. And it hides it very nicely. It has no expression. And similarly, the monkey is supposed to jump from tree to tree. It doesn't say, I'm going to sit and meditate. I've heard some Ramana Maharshi. I'm from the trees of Tiruvannamalai. I'm going to sit in meditation because I have been transformed. If you see a monkey meditating, please take it to the vet. Something is not okay. A meditating monkey is not okay. A jumping monkey, fine. In full health, you can say. So this way, everything is following the laws. There's only one species that fully rebels and always goes against the law. Guess the name of the species. Human beings. Yours truly. That's all. That's all we know how to do. From age 2 to age 92, we are in rebellion. Don't want this, don't want that. Why me? Why not somebody else? Oh, everybody is going this way and we are supposed to go that way. Let me see what's over there. Let me go that way. No, there is a big cliff. Doesn't matter, let me go that way. This is what our lot is. Disappointment, disenchantment. Why? Because there is free will. Free will is also Ishvara given. Thank God it's not my fault. At least one thing is not my fault. Ishvara given, but you are using the free will. You are operating the free will. Free will is not operating you. So you have to learn to bring it back. We have to learn to bring this back. And so therefore, the Shastra makes it easy for us and tells us literally what to do. Abba, thank God. Thank God somebody is telling us what to do. 5 kinds of karmas are mentioned in the to do and to don't list. What is the first kind of karma? Nitya karma. Things that have to be done all the time. Daily duties. Starting with brushing the teeth. Brushing the teeth, taking shower and all are an act of social service. Especially if you are going to be sitting next to other people. Yes, they will be very thankful you have taken a shower. So brushing teeth, taking shower, daily puja, all these things are what? Nitya karma. Things that have to be done. Nitya doesn't mean every day, all the time. Continuously from life to death. Nitya karma, Agnihotra, Nitya karma. In the olden days they used to do that. Now there are very few Nitya Agnihotris. Nitya karma, every day. That's why they would not cross the ocean. Because how do you bring all the twigs and everything on the ship? How could you do that? That's why the Hindus would not cross the ocean, because it was very difficult to continue doing Nitya karma. Nitya karma. Then there are occasional things like birthdays, 60th birthday, 80th birthday, funerary rites, death ceremony, shraddha, etc. Occasional karmas, festivals, all come under Naimittika karma. Nitya karma, Naimittika karma. Is there any option in doing 1 and 2? No. 1 and 2 together are called Vihita karma. Karma, Vihita means enjoined by the Vedas. That which is enjoined by the Vedas, Vihita karma. So this is what is the 1 and 2. Nitya, namely, Nitya karma, Naimittika karma. Then, of course, the Veda understands that you have a need to pursue your goals and ambitions. Otherwise, it's going to be a dry life, going from one yajna to another prayer to third yajna, and so boring. Beach mein, in the middle of it, you need some, you need the free will needs a little bit of airtime. It needs to go out and play. It needs to say, I'm here too. I desire this. I want this. Except the Veda converts the desire also into prayer. Because it knows, if without prayerfully, if I go about, without prayer, unprayerfully, if I go about fulfilling the desire, what will happen? Nothing will happen. I will cut corners, I will go against what is correct, what is right, I will just make a mess. So therefore the Veda says, go prayerfully. Because it's very difficult to fulfill the desires, and so what are you going to do? Pray for all the obstacles to go. There are so many Vedic prayers, whatever one wants. I want rain. Oh, let's see, where do you live? Kalahari desert, and you want rain. No problem, possible. Kariri, there is one rain ritual. The American Indians, the Native Americans have a dance called rain dance. This is our rain dance. And one German researcher took a group of people and one went from place to place doing this Kariri in the 70s. And even in the Kalahari desert on the last day, it's a 8-day or 9-day ritual, the rain fell, little bit, but it fell. Then the whole, I'm imagining this part is true, now it's my imagination. Then I imagine that the whole group, along with this German researcher, went to Cherrapunji on the only day it does not rain. Cherrapunji is the rainiest place in Assam. They went on the only day that it did not rain, and they made it rain on that day also, the only shopping day, the only errands day the townspeople had. And they must have got kicked out of town. Kariri, I want rain. Yes, there is a prayer for that. There is a yajna for that. I want a child. This is what Dasharatha did. Putra Kameshti yajna, because of which Rama was born. All his brothers were born. Putra Kameshti yajna. It's very expensive, because if you want a child, you better have the funds to take care of it. The Veda makes sure. So like this sect of karmas are optional. They are not vihita. They are not enjoined. They are called, what are they called? Kamya karma. Karma solely based on desire. So how many do we have now? 3. What are they? Nitya, Naimittika, Kamya karma. And then there are a group of karmas called Nishiddha karma, prohibitory karma, prohibited karma. Things that should be never done. Himsam na kuryat. Do not injure anybody. Do not practice a life of violence. Suran na pibet. Do not drink alcohol, because alcohol and violence go together many times. So ahimsa, satyam, akrodham, all these things, krodha, etc. These are all things to practice, and the opposite of that, krodha, kama, all these things, driven karma becomes nishiddha karma. All this is there also in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Satyam vada, dharmanchara, swadhyaya anma pramadah. Acharyaya priyandhanamakhritya prajatantum ma vyavachhetsi satyanna pramaditavyam dharmanna pramaditavyam kushalanna pramaditavyam bhutyaina pramaditavyam devapitrakaryabhyam na pramaditavyam Matrudevo bhava, Pitrudevo bhava, Acharya devo bhava, Atithi devo bhava, Yanyanavadyani karmani, Tani sevitavyani, no itarani. Got excited because of the Sanskrit. So these are all things in the Veda. Speak the truth always, meaning what? Do not practice untruth. Follow dharma means what? Don't follow adharma. Satyanna pramaditavyam, don't neglect the truth speaking. Satya bhashanam, ma pramaditavyam. And then kushalanna pramaditavyam. Kushala means the application of what is correct and what is right, the application of samanya dharma to vishesha situations. This is how we get the expression yogaha karmasu kaushalam kushalanna pramaditavyam bhutyaina pramaditavyam. Bhutyai means all these things are there. All these other beings with whom we share this universe, they are all there. They are all waiting for us to do the duty, so that they will get their share. All this we have to do. The non-doing of that is called nishiddha karma. Nishiddha karma means opposite of that one must not do. You want to take a look at that? Huh? Okay. So then, nishiddha karma. Can we Can we stop doing all Nishiddha karma? Is it possible to completely desist from Nishiddha karma? Please show me at least one sign of life. Is it possible to completely not do what is not to be done? No. No. If we said yes, we have told a lie, which is already Nishiddha karma. So, not possible. Because there are pressures, inner pressures, outer pressures. Something happens, even unknowingly you may step on an insect. Something happens and cause himsa. So that's why the fifth set of karma, the fifth type of karma is what? Prayashchitta karma. The fifth set is called Prayashchitta, karma of atonement. This is a silent affair between you and Bhagavan. You don't put a board and say, I am doing Prayashchitta, I am doing Prayashchitta. No. Very silently you say, you know what? Kaya and then Vacha, Manasa, what happened? I have hurt this person. Somebody I may have hurt. And so, very quietly, I say, okay, one day I will refrain from food. One day I will refrain from eating what I like. This is Prayashchitta karma. Since the confusion is too much there, the Veda gives us what to do and what not to do. To-do list, to-don't list also. Both the lists are here. Very beautiful it is. And since both the lists are here, then what should I do as a karma yogi? What should I do to follow what Ramana Maharshi is saying here? Ishvarechaya nasvechaya kritam. What to do? Should I do nitya karma or not? Yes. Should I do naimittika karma or not? Yes. Should I do kamya karma or not? No. Kamya karma you grow out of. Can't immediately stop because desires are there. What to talk of us? Even Lord Yama was wondering, in his past life, was wondering, he was a Vaidika, and he was wondering, what would it be like to be a Devata? I really want to know. And he kept doing this yajna that he kept named after Nachiketa. Nachiketa Agni. He kept doing it. And his wife Yami said, no, don't do it. Because you don't really want this Devata life. He said, no, let me try in secret. He kept doing it. He kept doing it so many times that the next time he became, ironically, because Bhagavan has a sense of humor, he became the Devata who is the warehouse of various souls where they go. Are they reincarnated? Where are they going? Etc., etc. He is in the assembly lines of the Jivas. This is what it is. And he says to Nachiketa in the Kathopanishad. So, adhruvaihi dravyaihi praptavan asi nityam. Ironically, he says, by using and gaining this, the effects of kamya karma, means just out of curiosity and desire I did this and used what? Adhruvaihi dravyaihi. Adhruva means the dravyas that are subject to time, materials like wood, ghee, everything goes in time. So I used all these finite dravyas, finite materials to so-called become infinite. He's sarcastically saying, Janami aham, I know this, I knew this. Shevadhihi, this kind of a treasure of becoming a Devata, going to heaven, going anywhere. If this kind of a mind one has and you go somewhere, you will not be happy even in heaven. Won't be happy. You will first look around to see who else is there. And then you will immediately become sad because you didn't like living with them on earth. Okay? So, then you won't be happy no matter where you go. So he says, Janami aham, Shevadihi, this treasure of heavenly life, afterlife, etc., Devata incarnation, Anityam. He knew that very well. Tato Maya, in spite of this, Chitam Nachiketa Agnihi, I kept doing this yajna which I have named after you, Nachiketa. And look at me now. But look at you. I have given you so many toys, so many trinkets, offered you the ends of the earth, offered you to make you the king of the universe. And you are so fixated on gaining this knowledge, you have just kicked out all those other desirables. He said to Nachiketa, Yama said to Nachiketa, and he also had told him earlier, I'll give you celestial dancers and singers in your court. Nobody will be like that. And I'll give you the latest model of all the race cars and everything. You will never have seen anything like this on earth. And what does baby Nachiketa says? He's a baby, he's very small. Baby Nachi says, Tavaiva Vaha, Tavandritya Gite. Okay, and then he says, after you die, you'll go to Swarga too. Says what? Swargena kinchit bhayam asti. Okay, there is no fear in Swarga, all right. Na tatratvam. One more thing is there, you have no entry in Swarga. Na jaraya bibheti. You don't have the fear of death, you don't have fear of jara. What is jara? Geriatry. Geriatry, the word has come from jara only. Na tatratvam, na jaraya bibheti, ubhe tirtva ashanaya pipase, swargatigo, dukkhatigo modate swarga loke, shokatigo modate swarga loke. Ubhe tirtva, you never get hungry in heaven. Oh, how boring. No, here we are waiting from meal to meal. What is going to be made tomorrow? We are thinking already. And there you don't get hungry at all? How boring. No. What happens? It's not that you don't get hungry, you get hungry, but then you just go into the place where the food is made and go, and then you are satisfied. Just like in the morning for Dakshinamurti Puja, what do we do? Pranaya Swaha, Apanaya Swaha, Devaha, Paroksha Priyaha. So when you are in Devaloka, you don't have hunger, you just smell the food and then you are satisfied. Therefore, you don't have to ever be on gluten-free diet, keto diet, grain-free diet, taste-free diet, salt-less diet, sugar-less diet, nothing. You make everything. You make a whole boatload of laddus and just go smell it and then you are satisfied. This is how it is with water also. You look at the water and your thirst goes away. Ubhe tirtva, because otherwise it's a bore. Every time you have to cook, every time you have to eat, and then you have to go to the bathroom, and then it becomes a cycle. Very boring it is. Provided it gets all digested. Otherwise you have to take some aids for digestion. That also is another problem. So by the time you are 40, you have equal number of pills as you have the food. By the time you have 50 or 60, you are 3/4 pills, 1/4 food. This is what it is. So therefore, we have here the description of Swarga given by Yama. It is so wonderful. Shokatigaha. They go beyond Shoka. Modate. They are all, Modate means rejoicing in heaven. And he says, you take your celestial dancers, don't send them to me. You take your celestial singers, and I don't want to go to heaven. I want to understand here. Because you said, even the gods, even the devatas are wanting this knowledge. If they were happy in heaven, why would they want this knowledge? This is the knowledge that I want. He shows great tenacity, which makes him, Yama, very, very pleased. But the point of it is, this Kamya karma is very addictive, and when the Kamya karma cannot be dropped, and then we are not able to do Nitya karma properly, then what? Prayashchitta karma comes to our aid. So these 5 types of karma, given in the Shastra, when I adhere to this, and if I am a karma yogi, I try to grow out of what is that? The kamya karma. I try to grow out of this. And this way, one becomes truly able to do the karma Ishwarechaya kritam. My Ichha and Ishvara's Ichha are on the same plane. My Swakarma, my Swadharma and Ishvara's desire are on the same plane. Oh, Ishvara also has desire? Not desire, just the law, the flow. This is what we say, going with the flow. There is already a flow. Something is happening very easily. Things are happening very easily. But what does the jiva do? No, I don't like it. So what are you going to do? Mountain climbing. Why? Goat past life. A past life goat, and it is still there. The samskaras are still there. Anytime you see a mountain, go up. In the middle. So, goat karma. And then there is, what is that? Go to the top of a bridge and then go. What is that? Bungee cord jumping. Spider, last time spider, yeah. Yathornana visrijate grindhate cha. This is what it is. Spider karma. All these thrilling sports are from past life vasanas. We don't recognize that. That's why I want to go against the grain. That's where there is a thrill. Zip something. What is that? Yeah. Zip lining, yes. Zip lining, bungee cord jumping, mountaineering. All these things. And then falling down from the plane. What is that? Skydiving. This is what it is. All these things. So these are the ways. This is a place I can gain the mastery. If I just learn to go with the grain and not against the grain. There are certain things that are easy, even in the life. Certain things happen easily. I have to have a sense of understanding of who I am to see what kinds of things come easily to me. And what is not my dharma, what is not my karma. Dharma here is not religion. Dharma is karma here. What is not my dharma? What is not my karma? What I should not be doing. Always the other person's karma shines bright. How come they are doing that? I also want to do this. But there is no answer to this. It's always on the other side, the pasture is greener. The person who has a stationary job in one place thinks, look at this other person, always traveling in first class in air and then going everywhere. They get to see many, many countries. They get to do this, they get to do all kinds of things. And then what happens? I am sitting here, same office, same town, same family, same everything, so boring. I also want to be like that person. How come, oh God, I'm not like that person? Meanwhile, that person is, taking antacids with every meal. Because eating in the plane all the time, eating in hotels all the time, never having home cooked food, eating outside, eating at wrong times, because important job. So you can't always say, in ashram we can say 12 o'clock is meal time. You can't do that elsewhere. At home you can say, I'm going to eat at this time every day. Outside you can't say that. You can't say that at all. So therefore, that person is looking at you and saying, oh, so lucky, such stability, they get to be with their children, they get to be with their family. So which is good, which is bad? What I have been put in is good. This is the way to go about it. I learned to, at age 2, one learns the first word even before Amma, Appa is what? No. I'm not going to do this. At age 2, the child learns, no. Here, beta, let me tie your shoes. No. I think you're tired, let's go to sleep. No, I want to play. I think we should do this. No. Even at 92, one is on the deathbed still saying no, no, no. Even when Lord Yama comes, you say what? No. Nothing works. Eyes don't work, ears don't work. Only tongue is the last. The rasana is the last one to go. I had one relative, I don't remember what kind of relative, one kind of a ajji was there that I would go to see. As a small child, the elders used to take me. And nothing seemed to be wrong with her, but I always saw her in a horizontal position. I have never seen her in a vertical position, always lying down. And always ailment. Something, ayo, amma, crying. But then anybody who came, she would make intense eye contact and catch hold of their hand, look deeply into their eyes, and the person would think, okay, some gems of wisdom are going to come. She would say, where is my jalebi? You said you would bring. Where is my laddu? She was not allowed to eat any of those things. And so when the person took leave, they would say yes, 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 and slowly unclutch from a very strong grip. They would slowly unclutch one finger by one finger like this and say, next time I come, I will bring jalebis. She remembered. Yes, she remembered. And when the same person came next time, she would say, where are those jalebis? Where is this? Where is that? So this is what is the life. Even when Lord Yama comes at the end, when nothing is working, what do I say? No, not yet. No. Before he comes, we may have a drama king moment. Drama king, drama queen. Ayo, take me. Yama, where are you? Life is not worth living. Yama happened to be right there. He had come for work. He said, okay, come on, grandpa, let's go. No, no, no. Idiot. Oh, how dare you show your inauspicious face. My granddaughter is getting married. When? 6 months. Okay, I'll come after 6 months. No. After that, what? I'm going to have a great grandchild. Always no, 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 no. Karma Yoga teaches us to say yes to life. The no we convert, the moment we convert the no to yes, there is a turn in our understanding. We return back to ourselves. You can practice even now. In the next few days, how many ever days we have. When you feel like saying no, stop. Don't say anything at all. Just note how many times I wanted to say no. Just keep a note of it. And we can discuss it in one of the satsangs. That will be the homework. How many times automatically, without thinking, not a thoughtful no. If somebody asks you something and you think about it, if somebody says, can you climb Mount Everest? You don't say yes then, okay? You don't go and say yes at that time. That is a thoughtful no, because I know my capacity and I'm not going to be able to climb Mount Everest. That is no. But I'm not talking of that kind of a no. I'm talking of a knee-jerk no. I'm talking of, what is that? An automatic no. A thoughtless no, not a thoughtful no. How many times you say that? How many times we do that? It will be a very good research on oneself. Anveshanam. A very good anveshanam. One of the main tenets of Karma Yoga is to say yes. Yes to life. Yes to my station in life. Yes to my relationships. Yes to wherever I have been placed. Because no matter where I was placed, I will have issues. The eldest child always thinks, you see, I became a mother to the others. I never got any love because I was always becoming a mother to the others. I wish I was the youngest. And the youngest one says, oh, are you happy? You must have got all the love and everything. You must have been so secure. No. Why? I always wore the clothes belonging to others. I never had a new set of clothes. I always wore what are called what? Hand me down. It was being handed down all the time. Oh, correct. Now I know. I should be the middle child. Then I'll be happy. The middle child says, what? I was neither the only child, nor was I the only girl, nor was I the only boy. All the attention went to the elder one and the younger one, and I was stuck in the middle like Trishanku. Nobody, no place is good if you don't understand what this is all about. And then, so therefore, I come to terms with my parentage. This is how it is. This is what it is. I come to terms with my background. This is what is all settling accounts with Ishvara. I come to terms with my background. I come to terms with my placement in the pecking order, where I am. I come to terms with my placement in life. I come to terms with my talents. I come to terms with my limitations. Limitations are okay. Why do I have to be like King Kong? Why should I be like King Kong? King Kong is already there to be like King Kong. Why should I be like King Kong? I should be stronger. Why? Because they are stronger. Admire their strength. See Bhagavan in that strength. The next two verses, set of verses is going to be telling us to do that. So, Ishvarechaya na svechaya kritam karma. The karma that is not done because of my liking for the results of karma, the karma that is done with Ishvara at the helm, and the karma that is done from a place of vairagya, because it has to be done not for the sake of fulfilling my own agenda, likes and dislikes, becomes Chitta Shodhakam. Chitta Shodhakam means there is a cleansing happening. Cleansing happens. And the start of Vedanta is that. You start really studying Vedanta in earnest, and all the pain that was there from a long time ago comes out. Somebody told me, until Vedanta came into my life, I was fine. You started to teach Vedanta, now I don't feel so good. No. That is how it is. The unconscious mind has to come out, because all these hungry ghosts are there. The word hungry ghost is a East Asian term used in Buddhism. They have they have a hungry ghost festival which coincides with our Pitra Paksha. So what do? What is the hungry ghost, first of all? It is they imagine a creature, you can Google, not now, okay? Yeah, in your own time. You can Google hungry ghost and see. It is a creature with a big belly and a thin needle-like throat. The throat is like a needle and the belly is big because the belly is hungry. When is it hungry? All the time it is hungry. Why? Because the thing cannot eat. It can eat only like with a little pipette, like a small little thing. It cannot eat anything. It cannot enjoy anything. And this is the hungry ghost. It died away hungry. It died away always saying no, never in appreciation of life. And so they give tarpanam for this hungry ghost. The hungry ghost festival they do. And so here, I escape the fate of being a hungry ghost even while living. Why do I do that? Because I allow the inner ghosts to settle down. Who are these inner ghosts? These inner ghosts are beings, meaning embodied desires. Desires in the form of that have gained a certain embodiment in the form of a small child. They are stubborn, they are here to stay, and they create a lot of havoc. First thing they say is, this Vedanta is the problem, stop studying. See, you and I were fine before. Whenever I wanted, I could throw a tantrum. Now, you won't let me throw a tantrum. Therefore what? Stop studying Vedanta. First thing that goes out the door is Vedanta. In fact, that is where we need Bhagavat Prasada. We need Bhagavan's protection and grace to continue the study and not stop when the Chitta Shodhanam, Chitta Shuddhi is taking place. Chitta Shuddhi, when all the Raga Dveshas clear out. The Raga Dveshas are the tumor and what are we studying? Upadesha-Saram is the scalpel that is excising the tumor. Little pain will be there? No, yes. Despite anesthesia. But where is the anesthesia? Those are the jokes. The jokes are the anesthesia and the Shastra is the scalpel with which the tumors of Raga Dvesha and long held misapprehensions, wrong notions about the I are being excised. You have to allow the surgery to take place without interfering in the surgery. This is what the whole thing is. Then the karma, when karma is converted into yoga by all the methods that we have seen, bringing Ishvara into one's life, settling accounts with Ishvara, and then gaining, for the sake of gaining inner maturity, when karma is converted into yoga, it pays off big time. It gives us a lot of help because suddenly I become not so addicted to karma phala. Suddenly my likes and dislikes are much more manageable. They are much more manageable and I'm not always restless and I'm not always wanting to gain this, lose that, gain this, want that, want this, want that. So much so that I can't even lead a proper life. I get a certain mastery. When the karma is brought through the back door, cleaned out, made into karma yoga, and with Ishvara awareness, then I get this mastery. Chitta Shodhakam, first benefit. Next one is what? Muktidayakam, Mukti Sadhakam. It becomes a sadhana, an indirect means for moksha. Moksha is where? Right there where you are looking for it. You are already free. This freedom has to be understood, discovered. That is moksha. And that happens through the study of Vedanta. And the study of Vedanta is what we are talking about here. And so therefore we have this wonderful way of coming to a place of akartritvam, meaning understanding I am not the doer, by doing in a particular way. And then the next verse says, how to do this karma? What are the aids of doing this karma? And the karma is this fivefold karma that we talked about. What are the ways of doing this karma? Then there are three types of karma we can say. What are the three types? Kaya, Kayikam karma. Kayikam karma, physical action, running, sitting, eating, walking, talking, physical action. Kayikam karma. And then Vachikam, verbal karma. And then Manasam karma, mental action. So all these three actions become a way to invoke Bhagavan. Kaya Vang Manaha, Vak plus Manaha becomes Vang Manaha, Sandhi takes place. But it is Vak, not walk, okay, Vak. So, Kaya Vang Manaha, Karyam Uttamam. So these three modes of expressing my karma I used to worship the Lord and the goddess. I use this as a form of worship. How do I do that? Puja. Pujanam. And then verbal karma is what? Japa. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Or you can even chant it in a tune. Om Namah Shivaya. Like that you can chant it in a tune. So, Kaya, Vacha, and then Manasam Karma. Chintanam. Chintanam here is Manasam. Pujanam, Japaha, Chintanam, Kramat. This is where the last word is very, very important. Kramat means respectively. What do you mean respectively? Because if you get a newbie karma yogi, a baby karma yogi, if you get and say, sit down in meditation, what will happen? What will happen? They can't sit down. If you tell them to sit down for 48 minutes, which is a mandala, they can't even sit for 48 seconds, let alone minutes. Nanoseconds, microseconds, picoseconds. They cannot, and there's even a new division of time. People who got the Physics Nobel Prize, I forgot, they divided the second even further. They won't be able to sit. But you tell them to come for puja. Okay. Because things are happening. Chanting is taking place. The Lord is being bathed. Abhisheka is happening. And only water means I go like this. Therefore, suddenly, oh, look, milk. Okay, milk. Oh, nice. Namaste astu Bhagavan Vishveshwaraya, etc., etc. Milk. Wonderful. Oh, look, yogurt. Oh, fantastic yogurt face pack the Lord has. Admire it. That's why he has such shining skin. I always wondered the secret. It is the yogurt face pack. And not only that, bananas, ghee, honey, fruit juices of various kinds, fresh coconut water, chandan, vibhuti, haridra. What is haridra? This English, please. Turmeric water, all these things. 11 dravyas are there. 11 you can count and have. 11 dravya abhisheka, then the person is wide awake. Oh, what comes next? What comes next? Yes, yes, wonderful, yes. Fantastic. Click, click, click. Photos. That is also kaikam karma. And then they are happy. Then they get restless because the doors of the curtain is closed because Bhagavan is dressing up after all the Abhisheka. Then the people get restless, start talking amongst themselves, get up, want to go, but then they want to see how the Lord is dressed up, so they stay. Then the doors open, the curtains open. Wow, fantastic. This is if this is the place one is able to participate, please participate here. Don't think this is avaram karma. This is not lowly karma. In fact, this produces the most punya, kaikam karma. The most punya you get. Why? Because you have to collect 11 dravyas and that takes time. You go to the store, 11 times because each time you forget one and come back. Oh, forgot milk, forgot yogurt, forgot this, forgot that. Then 11th time, finally everything is here. So, and then you have to prepare. You have to do all these things. It is ayasa. You get tired after puja. And you should get tired. When you get tired after puja, that means it has worked. It produces the most punya. Most punya it produces, and then that is exactly why it is seen as wonderful. Because it produces the most punya. And it is also the beginning place of the kind of worship of Ishvara that we are talking about. Pujanam. And then after that one can graduate to chanting, bhajans, etc. Again there is a nice immersion, an immersive experience. When you chant bhajans, when you are one with the tune, the song, etc. Then finally, Chintanam. Or you can take japa as the repetition of the name of the Lord mantra, and Chintanam as contemplation of the Mahavakyas in the Upanishads. That comes last. Why? Because you have to study the Upanishads first, you have to know the meaning of what is Mahavakya, you have to know the meaning of Tattvamasi, and only then you can contemplate on Tattvamasi. You can't just say Tattvamasi, that I am. What is that? You have to understand what that is. You have to understand what I is. And you have to understand how the two are equal. So Pujanam, Japaha, Chintanam, Kramat. Kramat means slowly. And now each one he is going to take. Next verses he is going to take Pujanam, then he will talk about Japa, then he will talk about contemplation. So let us look at the next set of verses. Jagata Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam Ashtamurti Bhrid Deva Pujanam Uttamastavad Uchchamandatah Chittajam Dab Japa Dhyanamuttamam. So what is puja according to Ramana? Very beautiful. So puja we just talked about as an example here. The example is what? The example was just the Kaikam puja Abhisheka that we do every morning to Bhagavan. We talked about as an example. But Ramana has his own idea of what is puja. The best form of puja, he says, is having Ishadhihi with reference to Jagataha. So the sixth case is more, not a possessive, but more of a Vishaya Shashti. So it's more of a sixth case, that is with reference to. Jagataha, with reference to the Jagat, Ishadhi. Ishadhi is not Buddhi of Ishvara. Ishadhi means that the Dhi which says everything is Ishvara. So the best form of puja according to the non-dualist, according to Vedanta, according to Ramana, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi is what? Looking upon the universe as Ishvara. Before what was I doing? Everything is different from me. You are different, this one is different, that one is different, this is different, that is different, everything is different from me. Now I am going to Ishvarize the universe. Is there such a word? Now there is. I have to Ishvarize the universe. When in doubt, Ishvarize. Ishvarize the whole universe. And take it for granted that some people are created only to help you exhaust your karma. That's their only purpose in life. They are in your life to help you get rid of some karma that is there. Without them, how would you get rid of that karma? Not possible. So therefore, even the Saint Kabir said, the people who criticize you, keep them the closest to you. And then somebody else also said, there is an English version also of it. How does that go? Keep your friends close and something. Your enemies even closer. Keep the enemies even closer. Closer means you don't have to keep on having dinner with them every day. That's not the idea. Enemies means not people you hate, but people who are inimical to you. There will be people, no matter how charming you are, no matter how wonderful you are, there will always be some people who don't like why you were incarnated on this earth. That also you have to take for granted. There will be some people, you cannot please everybody. And that's not because of you, it's because of their own issues. Nothing to do with you. So such people, you don't have to hang out with them all the time, but you need not shun them. You just allow them to be. Allow them to be, allow them to be, allow them to be. This is the teaching here. Jagataha ishadhihi yukta. Yukta means endowed with. Sevanam. Sevanam has many meanings. I service, seva. First is I service. I service the Jagat. I serve the Jagat with the attitude that everything that I encounter is Ishvara. And it's very easy to do with inanimate things, even animals. That's why everyone wants to go petting the lions. Okay? Yeah. So it's fine. Few photos you can take. You can pet the tiger, pet the lion, and then if the lions were supposed to be petted, they would be wandering free here. You know? But anyway, so you can pet the lions, that's what it is. It's with inanimate things like boulders, rocks, and other things in the universe. It's very easy to love them. It's very easy to see Ishvara. Even in the poisonous plant, it's very easy to see Ishvara. In the animals, it's very easy to see Ishvara. Hardest it is to see Ishvara in other beings, human beings. But that is where we have to start. We have to start wherever there is the challenge. Because the feeling is, I am Ishvara, you are Ishvara, but I am not sure of this person over here. This person over here, Anishvara. Ishvara, 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 Anishvara. Ishvara, 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 definitely Anishvara. This is our orientation. And here the great saint Ramana tells us, Ishadhihi. The dhi, the buddhi, the attitude that says everything is, that sees everything as Ishvara. So in that we will find so many objects of dislike are there. So many people of dislike are there. You don't have to be in a, what is the trendy word these days? Toxic relationship. You don't have to be in a toxic relationship. But it is there for a reason. Understand what the reason is. Why did you get into it in the first place? What happened? Where is it now? There is a reason, there is a purpose. We can fulfill the purpose and walk away. Walk away without any kind of feeling traumatized. Just say, yes, this was a write-off. This was how it was supposed to be, perhaps. Learn from it. Let me see what I can learn from it. Let me see how I can grow. When things keep happening not according to my desire, there is definitely growth there. You grow out of that desire. It's like the fox and the, what did they go after? Grapes. Fox and the grapes. A grim fairy tale. They call them, these fairy tales are so scary. I don't know how they read it to children. That's why the brothers Grimm, very grim stories. So here the fox and the grapes. The grapes are always grown on a vine and the fox cannot jump very high. And it was just out of the reach of the fox. Jumped. No success. Jumped higher. Jumped. Called its friends. They also jumped. It also jumped. And then after that, what did it do? It walked away and said to itself, the grapes must be sour. It's actually a good pragmatic solution to things we cannot get. I'm not meant to get it. It must be terrible. We can tell ourselves that. This is the way, looking at the world as Ishvara is a way to overcome disappointment, to overcome disenchantment, to overcome resentment, to overcome anger. I Ishvarize the universe. I look everything upon as Ishvara. I look upon everything as Ishvara. And the nice thing about this is that when I look upon everything as Ishvara, then the raga dveshas fade. This happens. But how to look upon everything as Ishvara? It's very easy. You look upon the law behind the situation. Don't look upon the human being, because the human being is not behaving like Ishvara. So if you want to see Ishvara in the terrorist, it is very difficult. Impossible. Very few people are able to see that. But you can begin by saying that what is the cause of all this? Then you see that there is, if it is inevitable, then it is Ishvara. Inevitability is the middle name of Ishvara. Infallible, that which is infallible is Ishvara. That which is inevitable is Ishvara. This terrorist attack, yes, it could have been prevented, but no, it wasn't. Afterwards, they will put forth a commission and find out why somebody dropped the ball, or many people dropped the ball, did not go forward with it, did not research, did not do this. But it is what? It is Ishvara. Whatever I can't help, whatever happens beyond my control is Ishvara. This is how to Ishvaraize not only the Jagat, but my own karma. Ishvara is my karma, Ishvara is the Jagat. This is Sevanam of the Jagat. I enjoy the Jagat. The second meaning of the word Sevanam is enjoyment, experience. I experience the Jagat. How? In the form of Ishvara. Understanding that it is nothing but Ishvara. And then that is the puja. Ashtamurti Brit Deva Pujanam. So then, second aspect of puja for Ramana Maharshi is looking upon the 5 elements and the 2 celestials, including oneself, the conscious being, as Ishvara. This is easy to do. So you take anything in the universe, and then you see where. You see, okay, you take a piece of cloth, pata. You take this cloth. What is this? Cotton. Where did it come from? Cotton tree, cotton bush. Who is the author of cotton bush? Let me tell you the answer. Ishvara, okay? Yes. Then where did the pot come from? Clay. Who is the author of clay? Ishvara. And then before that, we can have a local answer. What is the local answer? You can say 5 elements. Cotton comes from earth, so the earth element. Clay comes from earth. Certain things are made from water, so the water, it all goes back to the 5 elements. Everything in this universe, starting with our own bodies and minds, goes back to the 5 elements. So those 5 elements came from where? Abba. Yeah. Very slow, but at least the answer came. Came from where? Ishvara. And so, Ishvara is in the form, not only it came from Ishvara, it is the very manifestation of Ishvara. In the Chandogya Upanishad, the 5 elements, only 3 of them are discussed. They are called Tisro Devataha. They are called Devatas. They are Bhagavan. They are not just made by Bhagavan, they are manifestations of Bhagavan. And then every Hindu starts the day with what? Sun. Sun worship, Ishvara. Then at night, what is the celestial that helps us walk? Moon, Ishvara. If we do these 7 things, if we have the awareness of these 7 things, one very important thing is missing. The conscious being who is calling out these 7 things, that is missing. And if that is missing, there is nothing there. That conscious being is what makes Ishvara, Ishvara. So therefore, because Ishu Palane, the one who overlords, and if I as the Jiva am not there to be overlorded, where is the overlord? There is no overlord. And so therefore, it's all Ishvara, 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 Ishvara. This is what happens. And then he gives a specific way, because the first part was very vague. So the specific way to look at this is to look at the 5 elements, trace every single thing back to the 5 elements, Even the food we eat, the water we drink, everything goes back to fire, the digestive fire, everything goes back to the 5 elements. It's all Ishvara, 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 Ishvara. And then the conscious being, awareness itself that is looking at all these things is who? Ishvara. This is the best form of prayer, puja. Physicalized prayer is to the awareness of everything as Ishvara. This is what is told. Everything is Ishvara. This is the very important teaching. Then further he says, Uttamaha Stavat. Uttamaha is the name he is using for Bhagavan. So beautiful. Uttamah Purushastvanyah Paramatmetyudakritah Yo Lokatrayamavishya Vibhartyavyaya Ishvarah. Somewhere we have heard, where? Bhagavad Gita. Which chapter? 15th chapter. This is what we chant before meals. So, Uttamah Purushaha Anyah. And so, there are 3 Purushas, he says, or even 1 Purusha, it is difficult to understand. In the Bhagavad Gita, Purusha means Ishvara. There are 3 things which are Ishvara. One is Kshara, one is Akshara, and one is Uttama. What is Kshara? Kshara Sarvani Bhutani. Everything that is here, elements and born of elements, Kshara, means coming to an end, finite. Finite is the effect. That effect is also what? Ishvara, Purusha. Kutastha, Aksharaha Uchyate. Kutastha here is Maya Shakti, is called Akshara. Akshara means the unmanifest cause. She doesn't die. She's always there. She just goes to a state of demanifestation in between the cycles of creation. The goddess never dies. No death. Unmanifest to manifest. Then again, unmanifest. Akshara. So, and then Kutastha. Kutastha, we think of it as Atma, but here it is not Kutavat Tishtati, not sit still and unchanging, but what is that? Kutilayam Gatau Kutastha. Meaning, she works her magic in mysterious ways. Aghatita Ghatana Patiyasi Maya. That which hasn't happened, she makes it happen. This is what is called Kutastha. Then, what is Ishvara? Neither of them. All of them are Ishvara, but Ishvara is neither of them. Ishvara is Uttamah Purushaha tu Anyaha. Other than that is what we call Ishvara, Uttamah Purusha. Paramatma iti Udakritah. This is Paramatma, known as Paramatma. And then, so here he uses that word. He is so much steeped in the Shastra that the word Uttama is used for Bhagavan. Uttamaha, Uttamasya Stavat. Stava means the hymns and praise. So Uttamasya Stavat, better than the praise of the Uttama of Bhagavan. Uchchamandataha Japam Uttamam. Very nice pun here. Uttamastavad Uttamam. Japadhyanam Uttamam. So instead of Uttamasya Stavat, instead of the hymns of praise to the Lord, directed again towards the Lord, what is better? Why is it better? Because it is more subtle. Chittajam is born of the mind, born in the mind. That is where the mantra arises in the mind. Chittajam japa, which is called dhyanam, meditation, uttamam. It is definitely better. And why is it better? Because it is more subtle and we graduate from one to the other. First we have to do the hymns, we have to do the Kaika Puja, then we go to the Vachika and then the Manasa Puja. And so here the Manasa Puja in the form of repeating the mantra is superior he says, than doing the hymns. And the japa is talked about in two ways. Then Uchcha Japa, Manda Japa, and then Manasam Japa, Manasa Japa. Because in the beginning, when one is a baby meditator, if you try to sit and say Om Namah Shivaya, what will come? Anger will come. Why am I sitting? What's happening? What about all the things I want? When is this over? But if you say sit and say Om Namah Shivaya loudly, there is less of a distraction because you are hearing yourself. This is an accepted form of repetition of japa. And then this is Uchcha, then Manda, softly. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. You can sit and graduate from Uchcha Japa to Madhyama Japa, Manda Japa, soft Japa. Then finally to silent japa. Because if you start off with silent japa, you will immediately go into nirvikalpa samadhi. Yes. The sound that comes is not Om. In the sleep, what sound comes? Snoring sound comes. So, therefore, gradually you go. And how to do this Uttama Japa and Manda Japa, we will see tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Roshan, I have asked Roshan to say a few words because he has been to the painting safari and so he will tell us a few words about it and some of the things he knows. Aa jaiye idhar, come. Yes. No, here. Take. Yeah. Take mic.
Some we are a hotspot for us. Some keep